And how's everybody doing? Here's something a little bit different for you. We're going to do a walk around and test drive on two at the same time. These happen to be two father and son owned Datsun 720 four-wheel drive pickup trucks. But before we go any further, please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Helps us get all the content out and keeps you up to date. (1982) Datsun four-wheel drive MVP pickup in black, and a 1984 Datsun 4x4 pickup in silver. Technically by 84 they started calling them Nissan, but we'll talk about that later. As we walk around the trucks, let's start with the Nissan first. 1984, technically 83-84 was a changeover year for Nissan. They went to the different four-wheel drive system, changed the front control arms a little bit, changed the ride height of the vehicle a little bit, a couple of minor changes in the body, interior, and stuff like that. But Nissan was still having their identity crisis in 83 and 84. It still said Nissan on it, or I should say it started to say Nissan on it, but when you got to the back, it still says Datsun. So they didn't know what they wanted to be. It was a 2-year changeover, basically to go to the world market and call everything Nissan and keep the Datsun name out of, of the market in the US. Everything became Nissan. By 85, everything had Nissan on it. There was nothing that was called the Datsun anymore. Okay, so there's your history lesson. First, 1984 Nissan four-wheel drive King Cab. Nap Z motor, 4-cylinder, 2.4 liter. It's got a spray-in bedliner, all original interior, AM/FM radio, with cassette, mind you, and it's a Kenwood, and it works. Four-wheel drive system works, runs and drives great. It's got factory air in it. It has not been converted to 134A as of yet. Original upholstery is real nice on it. Doors closed nice, pop-out windows. The rims are all nice, got new lug nuts on it, got new tires on it. It's got the old school, traditional black push bar on the front. Body's really straight. I mean, it's not a beat-up truck. These came from the same family, and they were both taken care of. One repaint on it, in its factory color of sterling silver, I believe is what they used to call this color. But it's a real sweet-looking truck. Bed is nice and not all beat up. Spray-in bed liner. This one's got a sliding rear window in it, as you can see. Dash is nice, nothing's all tore up. By 84, they started putting wood grain on the dash. The dash is slightly different on the other truck, and you'll see that here in a minute. Underside of this truck is clean and solid. We'll put pictures in at the end of this clip of the video on the silver truck, so you know which is which. Runs and drives great. Both trucks came out of California. And just two good-looking trucks. I'll pop a couple pictures of underneath the silver truck in right now, and you can take a look. Now, let's go over to the 82. 82 was the first generation four-wheel drive Datsun pickup truck, which came out, I believe, might have been 80, but I think it was 81. Was the first year. A little different suspension setup, different control arms, just a whole different design. This truck, it was changed by 84, I believe. This is the first year of the changeover. Pretty similar looking in the front. The early ones had little vents on the hood, which I think look kind of cool. This had the early trucks had a skid plate way up front. The later trucks didn't because they changed the front suspension. And if anybody knows, I know the answer to it, but if anybody knows what MVP stands for, or what Nissan or Datsun used to call it on these trucks, put it in the description below. I'll tell you. I'll comment and then I'll see who's right. Good, clean, straight, black truck. Look down both sides of this thing. It is beautiful. Not all beat up, not all worn out. It was not a work truck, and it shows. Let me pop some pictures in on the underside so you can see how this one looks. Nice and clean. You know, it was power washed and that's it, not sprayed and covered with undercoating. It's got new rubber all the way around, BF Goodrich Mud Terrains. There's actually 5 new tires, including the spare. This also had a spray-in bed liner. Bed looks good. Both have tubular rear bumpers in the back. Okay, now you see in 82 it said Datsun on the tailgate. By the time you moved over to 83 and 84, it said Nissan on the tailgate, but still had that little Datsun decal on there because they weren't quite sure of their identity yet in the US market. Kind of funny when you think about it. But tubular bumper with a ball mount, and this has got a little ball mount in the center of the tubular bumper over there. Both have pop-out windows. This one does not have a slider. That one does have a slider. This has got the checkerboard interior in the black and gray. Door panels are original and nice. Original rubber mat, still says Datsun on it. Dash is real nice. Interior looks good. Headliner, it's all there. 5-speed manual with overdrive. Highway mirrors on both trucks. Decal kits, the way you get it from the manufacturer when they were new. You know, when you walked into a Datsun or a Nissan dealer in the early 80s, these things were all over the lot. And they were less money than a Toyota. They were about $500 less than a Toyota. I had a brand new 86 4x4 King Cab 4-wheel drive. It was called the ST, which stood for sport truck, right before they phased it out mid-year and came out with the hard body. But I am very partial to the 720 Datsun Nissan pickup truck line. I like that better than the hard body. Even though it's older technology and it's a lighter duty truck and smaller motor and whatnot, I just like this old school truck. And that's it. We got to go test drive them, but obviously we can't drive them at the same time. So let me get one open. We'll do the black one first. I'll pop the hood, fire it up, listen to it run, and then we will go take this one for a test drive first, and then we'll do the silver one. All right, let's fire it up. Starts right up, runs beautifully. Radio works. Motor has been tuned up, oil change, service has been done, new spark plug wires, cap, rotor, it's all done. All original on the hood, cleaned, little detail dressing on it, and that's it. Under the hood looks just as good, and it runs really, really good. Let's go take this one for a ride and see how it goes. I got to use 2 hands. I got to shut the hood with the prop rod, so we're gonna cut away for a second. Okay, buttoned up. Let's go for a ride. Clutch is good. This one's got mud terrains on it. Tires probably have a little bit of a hum to them. You'll hear it on the road because they got a pretty aggressive tread. Doesn't bother me. I like it. Stop's good. All the lights work. Signals, high beams, low beams, all that good stuff. Downshift's fine. Couple little rattles. Sounds like it's in the window regulator, or the window channel might be rattled just a tad. Yeah, I can hear it a little bit. I'd say it's probably amplified a little bit because of the mud terrain tires. Goes through all the gears real nice. issues. And that's 50 miles an hour right there. But these are great trucks. Always liked them. I always use this road as my test road because it's got some dips, it's got some bumps, so you can kind of hear everything. But she rides pretty good. A little buzz in the window regulator, that's about it. And you can hear the tires. Those Mud Terrains, they have a little bit of a growl or a whine on the road. And they're not real big, they're only like 30 inches tall. They're not oversized. They might even just be 235. I haven't looked. But they're new. There's 5 of them, including the spare. The truck's also got a new battery in it. Stock AM radio, AM FM radio. I think it works. Yep, it works. I didn't tune it in. Set of gauges down there. Oil pressure is good. It's charging. Tachometer. Yeah, needs fuel. So it's got 110,000 original miles on it. Wrap this one up and go test drive the silver one. And let's fire the 84 up. It runs perfect. The NAP Z 4-cylinder. No strange noises, no funny sounds, it doesn't smoke. Rev it up a little bit. Let's go take it for a ride. Power steering, power brakes on both of them. Temperature going up on the camera. It might shut off while we're recording because it's about 108 out, and they get hot in the sun when you're outside filming and photographing a lot of stuff. But we'll see what happens. If it shuts off, I'll just pick up where it left off. I did it once before with the black truck. So I had to let it cool down for about 10 or 15 minutes, but it seems to be okay now. Truck rides good, stops, steers, turns, does everything it's supposed to do. All the lights work, radio works. It's not tuned in anything, but it does turn on. In the 80s, I worked for a Nissan dealer around 85, and so I sold these things new, so I kind of knew the trucks pretty well. I bought one brand new in 86 for myself because I liked them, You know, I had confidence in the product, and I owned one for years. And back in the 80s, did the typical 3-inch body lift, cranked up the torsion bars in the front, put a set of 32s on it, roll bar, 4 lights, push bar, 2 lights, Nerf bars on the side. You know, the things you do to the mini trucks back in the day. The truck spent a lot of weekends on the beach, out by the ocean on Long Island. Had that truck probably about 5-6 years. It was a great truck, never let me down. Sold it with about 100,000 miles on it. Saw it a couple times years later, and it was still out there running. It is a hot day today here in Phoenix. Actually, the humidity is up just a tad, so it makes it a little bit more uncomfortable. You know, we're in our monsoon season out here where it gets, you know, warm, then you get a little humidity, and you get a blast of rain, which is nice. However, the blast of rain part seems to have been escaping us all summer, so we haven't had rain really in months. A little shot here and there, but nothing like normal. You get these monsoons sometime, and it would rain for a full day, and it's nice because it would just wash everything out and cool everything down, but we haven't had that yet. But it shifts good, all gears. There's 4th, go up into 5th, there's 5th gear, no problems. Let's take her on back to the shop and we'll do a wrap up. And there we go. 2 Datsun Nissan King Cab 4-wheel drive. 1982 King Cab Datsun MVP pickup. 1984 King Cab Nissan 4-wheel drive pickup. Run and drive great. All original with 1 repaint on each truck. Original interiors. Came out of the same family since new. Check them both out at rpmotorcars.com. That's rpmotorcars.com. And have a great day.